Hey guys, it's Mike here, and welcome to another edition of Dragon Ball Super Reviews, in which I'm going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Super Episode 25, and then predicting what's going to happen in the next episode, Episode 26. Well, a lot of stuff happened on Dragon Ball Super Episode 25, so without further ado, let's get started. So the episode started off with Goku facing off with Frieza in his new Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form, and we got a recap of him explaining to Frieza exactly what that was. Of course, Frieza decided to still attack Goku, trying to try out his strength compared to Goku's. Naturally, after it didn't work, Frieza decided to show off Goku his new transformation, his further evolution, just as he said in the film, powering up and attaining that Golden Frieza form, the form that would become even stronger than Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue Goku. It was evident with him going Golden Frieza so soon in the show that they actually were not going to pad out a lot of what happened, and of course the transformation scene in this episode was actually great. And in fact, I actually like it even more than when he transformed in the movie, and the music that swelled around him was awesome. And of course, once he turned to Golden Frieza, everyone remarked just how powerful he had become. I was pretty happy that they didn't take the entire episode up just for Frieza to transform at the end by padding out even more, and they actually decided to actually have Frieza transform earlier in the episode, which in my opinion was definitely a good decision on the part of Toei, because of course a lot of these episodes, especially the last one, have been way too padded out to save the actual big moments for the end of each episode as a sort of cliffhanger, which is something I have not really liked. But naturally, after this transformation, Goku and Frieza squared up, ready to fight and test out their ultimate forms. And they charged at one another, exchanging blow after blow, and then blast after blast. And all of it looked great. The animation in this episode actually looked really good, which is a big step up from before. Maybe it's just because they have these colorful transformations, but the way that these transformations look, the way that these blasts look, I thought was really impressive. And then, of course, this turned into a big beam ki struggle, something that we're used to seeing in the series in all of their epic fights. But in the middle of this fight, Whis and Beerus were actually making their way to the Earth. But suddenly, they stopped in the middle of space as they sensed Champa and Vados. As Champa and Vados stopped to talk to Beerus and Whis. And it was interesting to see this exchange between Beerus and his twin brother Champa, as it appeared that they were actually going to begin to fight. But eventually they decide to just go on their way anyway, likely looking for the other Super Dragon Ball that they're trying to find, as will tie into the Universe 6 arc. And then, of course, this again led us back to the key struggle between Goku and Frieza in his golden form. And it was interesting because Goku and Frieza actually looked like they were pretty much even. And after the key struggle was over, they continued to fight. But just then, Beerus and Whis arrived on the planet. And naturally, they were there to get the strawberry parfait that Bulma had offered to them. And once again, it's funny that these super powerful characters who could easily put a stop to any of these problems are so interested only in food. Something that I always thought was really funny about the dynamic with Beerus, Whis, and their characters as a whole. But eventually, as this fight continued, it seemed that Frieza and Goku actually started to show the separation between their powers, as Frieza seemed to start to get the advantage over Goku in the fight. As Frieza continued to knee Goku in the face over and over and start to, in general, get the advantage over him in their fight, showcasing just how powerful Frieza got in this golden form. And of course, at this point, just like in the movie, Frieza noticed Beerus and was acting as if he thought that maybe Beerus was going to interfere within their fight, and seemingly was afraid of him even in his golden form, showcasing the difference in power still between Beerus and Frieza and Goku. And of course, once again, there was that funny scene in the episode, just like there was in the movie, where Beerus had basically said that, if you guys stay close to me, I'll keep you alive. And naturally, everyone immediately moved next to Beerus. Which I thought was hilarious in the movie, and it was equally funny in this episode. But basically, at this point in time, Goku and Frieza returned to their fight, as Frieza started to dominate Goku more and more, hitting him over and over and then hitting him with a supremely powerful blast, knocking him into the ground. around. And with that, our episode came to an end. Overall, I thought the episode was pretty good, a lot more entertaining than last week, especially considering the fact that there seemed to be a lot more, I don't know, entertaining moments in it thus far. It was just so much better than last week because they actually moved everything along. It wasn't padded out. It actually seemed like they're trying to get through this in a similar kind of pacing to the episode and to the movie itself. So for that, I'm definitely going to say I enjoyed it a lot more than I did last week. The animation did kind of seem to dip a little bit towards the end of the episode in general, but overall I really enjoyed it, and I definitely think that this episode was a big step up, and hopefully Super stops being so week to week. But I guess we'll have to see as this story progresses. And of course, this leads now into my predictions. Now, with regards to my predictions, I feel like basically what's going to happen in the next episode is basically just going to be a continuation of what happened in this one. Essentially, what we're going to happen to see is Goku and Frieza are going to continue their fight. Goku is going to dominate Frieza, and then likely what happened in the movie itself is going to continue to happen in this show, in which Frieza is likely going to get the advantage and continue to dominate Goku, that is, until Goku realizes his weakness. So I think it's highly possible that in this next coming episode, Goku is going to realize Frieza's weakness of his stamina problems, just as he had on Planet Namek with his 100% form, and then at that point, Goku is going to start winning the fight. And as I noticed at least, when we actually continued to see the next episode preview, they kept showing Sorbet over and over, which might lead into them eventually doing the whole thing with a laser gun where he shoots Goku through the chest, allowing Frieza to win. So basically, in this case, it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to happen, and then it's going to be interesting to see how they handle the Goku losing, and then of course Vegeta fighting against Frieza. Is Vegeta actually going to get the win this time and actually kill Frieza? I don't know. But another thing that we have to wonder about also is Champa, Vados, Beerus, and Whis. Is there going to be another exchange with them maybe in this next episode? Or maybe in the next episode, Champa and Vados become a lot more overt about what they're trying to find, and maybe there will be a lot more foreshadowing for the next arc to come. In either case, it all waits to be seen. Well, my name is Mike, and this has been another review of Dragon Ball Super, as well as my predictions for the next coming episode. Tell me your own thoughts down below. Did you see this episode? And if so, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Do you agree with me, or do you disagree? Let me know down below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share this video with your friends so we can make more videos like this in the future. And of course, as I always say, stick around because there's a lot more to come in the future.